Hello Nitro fans, Racing 393, part 6 of my Kyosho Nitro Burns 4x4 rebuild. Where are we at now? Okay, so in today's video what I'm going to do is a couple of things. I may have a solution for the fuel tank, I might not. As you probably remember, this is a 0.21 nitro engine I put in, and I don't know if you can see, but the rear header is slightly different here, and it's a bit long because I want the exhaust for this car anyway at the moment in its original place. I have trimmed this exhaust manifold or header. It's going to have to be trimmed a bit more because it is slightly, where it exits the engine and the actual exhaust port, it's very slightly pushing back, which means the header is touching the shock and it's very slightly got pressure back, sort of that way. I've no idea why that is because it is the same engine, but anyway, I'm going to remove the header. I'm going to cut a bit off. I might use a different exhaust flex. We'll see. This one does fit, but I want to get this at a slightly better route. So take it off, cut another sort of bit off it, put it back on. Just make sure everything's where it should be, and then we'll go on to the solution, possibly. So I'm looking at it now for the fuel tank. I don't know yet if I'm going to be able to get this to work, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let me just remove this, and I'll cut a small, like, you know, maybe a centimetre, if that, maybe 5mm. It won't take much. Cut it off and I'll put it back on. Right, cut that off. It's much better. It fits a bit squarer now on the manifold, which is good. I think the spring slipped slightly below ideally where I wanted it, but that's neither near here nor there. Now, the next bit, I have to hold the camera. So on this car, you can see there on the fuel tank, it's got a little rubber grommet. Now that little rubber grommet isn't the grommet that should be there. It's just one that I had when I bought another fuel tank. But in there is supposed to be a hollow tube. I bought, it's just copper pipe. So if I cut a small segment of that off, I don't know, kind of that long, but I've got to bend it so that it doesn't kink, and check it fits fairly snug. I need it quite snug in there. I ain't so sure that's going to be as snug as I want it. It might even need a slightly bigger tube, but well, this is the first option anyway, so I'm going to cut a bit and then I'll try and bend it. I haven't got a pipe bender or tube bender, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do that without kinking it. The one that came off had been kinked and broke, so hence this is just a bit of copper pipe. And this has got to go down the bottom of the tank as well, so it needs to be long enough, the bit that goes in the tank, to touch the bottom. The other option was to, you know, you can drill a hole in the top of the tank and have this in the top, providing it fits that rubber grommet, because it has to be sealed. It's got to be a sealed unit, which can be done via, you know, like sealant or something, I guess. But yeah, I might even have to take the tank out actually. It's going to be easier. Take the tank out and then try and fit it in. So yeah, this is not going to be too much fun. Okay, so after a little bit of toing and froing, don't know if it's going to work. I've got a bit of copper tube in there now and a grommet from another fuel tank, and I've put just some silicone sealer around it, and it has been bent. Ideally it would have gone in the top. I think on other tanks I've seen it just going through the top, so it's got to go in and then well, it's like bending the pipe, which it has, and it's kind of, you can probably see there the shadow, it's kind of like that there in the bottom, so it's not going to be sort of, it can't run right down. And I have got the lid on, covered the hole up here for the exhaust, and blue. It's kind of sealed, but yeah, I'm gonna have to let it settle and then put some more sealer on around here and see if it sort of pressurizes a bit more. There's a bit of crap in there which I couldn't get out. I'll run a filter this end, but yeah, it's better than nothing, and it seems like it will work. We'll know. We won't know until we get to run it. So I'm going to leave that to sort of, seal, dry, and then I'll be back. I'll come back and I'll try some more a pressure test. I mean the lid has got the seal on and it's in still good condition. So yeah, who knows? We'll see. It's perfect size for fuel tube. It's just a little bit loose in there, but yeah, I'll stick it back on the car and I'll do like a pressure test on it the best I can, see if it holds a bit of pressure. That's how it'll work, and we'll go from there. So that's that bit done for now. That will conclude a short video. Exhaust is in the right place. You can see the manifold fits a bit better. Got a hole there for the tuning for the carb. It's all in. I mean, the fuel tank's in. I'm just waiting for that to dry, and then I'll put some fuel tube on it. See how well it pressurizes. If I'm happy with it, I'll route the fuel tube, and then on the next video, what is it now? Part 7? No, part 6. So part 7 will be installing some servos. And then hopefully getting that all on and a receiver, hopefully getting that all in best I can. With a bit of luck, we should be able to get this thing at least fired. My understanding is this engine is okay, 0.21. Yeah. The centre diff is leaking. I'm going to have to reluctantly take that back out and perhaps reseal it. Stop the oil coming out, providing of course that the fuel tank seals. I'll let it go right off. I'll try a little bit of a RC blow job, and then we'll go from there. So that'll be in part 7. Oh, hot. It's hot here in the UK. It's absolutely roasting. I don't know what the temperature is. 20, 28. Hot for here, and it's going to get hotter. So that's a very quick episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notifications. Getting ready for part 7. And bye bye for now.